On August 13, 2020, a single agreement quietly redrew the geopolitical map of the Middle East. What appeared on the surface as a peace deal between the United Arab Emirates and Israel was, in reality, the public unveiling of a relationship that had been developing in the shadows for decades. To understand its true significance, we have to go back to 1971, when Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan founded the UAE on a clear principle. Israel was seen as an occupying state, and any normalization was out of the question. During the 1973 Arab-Israel War, the UAE even used oil as a strategic weapon against Western allies of Israel. At that time, any form of cooperation between the two seemed unimaginable. But history does not stand still. By the 1990s, quiet back-channel communications had already begun. Driven by shifting regional threats, especially the rise of Iran's influence in political Islam, movements like the Muslim Brotherhood. These shared concerns slowly transformed old rivalries into strategic interests. The Abraham Accords in 2020 were not a sudden breakthrough. They were the formal recognition of a long-hidden alignment. What followed was not just diplomacy, but the foundation of a powerful military and intelligence partnership. Advanced Israeli defense systems, including missile defense technologies, began appearing on Emirati soil, giving Israel something it had never fully achieved before: direct strategic depth within the Arab world. This partnership extended beyond traditional warfare into the invisible battlefield of cyber intelligence. Israeli-developed surveillance tools, particularly Pegasus spyware, introduced a new dimension of control. Unlike conventional hacking methods, Pegasus can infiltrate a smartphone without any user interaction, turning it into a silent surveillance device capable of recording conversations, tracking movements, and accessing encrypted data. While officially justified as a tool against terrorism, multiple global investigations revealed its use against journalists, activists, and political opponents, raising serious concerns about how technology is reshaping power structures in the region. At the same time, this alliance expanded geographically. Yemen's Socotra Island, once known for its unique biodiversity, has quietly transformed into a strategic intelligence point. Its location near key maritime routes connecting the Arabian Sea, the Gulf of Aden, and the Bab al-Mandeb Strait makes it one of the most valuable positions in global trade and military monitoring. Reports suggest that joint UAE-Israel intelligence facilities have been established there, enabling real-time surveillance of regional naval activity, including movements linked to Iran and even Pakistan's Gwadar port. This is not just about defense, it is about controlling information, movement, and influence across one of the world's most critical maritime corridors. The strategy does not stop at Yemen. In the Horn of Africa, particularly in Somaliland's Berbera port, UAE investments have created another layer of strategic presence. When combined with Socotra, this forms a network that extends surveillance and influence across the Red Sea and into the Indian Ocean. For Israel, this represents a historic breakthrough, moving beyond isolation and embedding itself within key geopolitical choke points without direct territorial expansion. Meanwhile, the ripple effects of this partnership can be seen in conflict zones like Sudan. The ongoing civil war has drawn international attention, with allegations that external actors are supporting different factions to secure long-term strategic advantages. The Rapid Support Forces, a major player in the conflict, have reportedly received external backing, raising questions about how regional alliances are influencing internal wars. For countries like Pakistan, these developments introduce a complex equation while maintaining diplomatic relations with the UAE. There are growing concerns about overlapping interests, especially regarding Gwadar port and regional security dynamics. The alignment between the UAE, Israel, and other global players suggests a shifting balance of power, one where alliances are no longer defined by ideology alone, but by strategic advantage. In the end, what began as a peace agreement has evolved into something far more significant, a multi-dimensional partnership involving military cooperation, cyber surveillance, and strategic positioning across key regions. It reflects a new reality of modern geopolitics, where influence is no longer measured by borders or armies, but by technology, intelligence networks, and control over critical routes. And as this alliance continues to expand, the question is no longer whether it will reshape the region, but how far its impact will reach.